Hello again. It's been a interesting weekend so far in the Premier League. I'm joined again with CK and Willow, and we're going to talk about what's happened today and preview what's going to happen tomorrow. So I think the obvious decision is to start with the early kickoff. I think both lads watched it. I didn't get a chance to watch it. So let me know what you think about this Liverpool Burnley game.
Yeah, I definitely watched it. Now, I think it was a weird game in the sense that if you only watch the first 20 minutes or the first 17 minutes, you'd think Burnley beat Liverpool. But that quick goal Jota scored changed the game. Salah broke a fantasy record for being the most captained player to not score or assist. He did score, but
He was my captain as well.
He was disallowed. So, yeah, like Burnley impressed me at the first 20 minutes with their press. There was a 4-4-2 press, switching to a 4-3-3, and they really counter-pressed Liverpool and created a couple chances to score early in the game. And Liverpool couldn't deal with their press. And then just one quick ball from Henderson to Tsimikas, who crossed it in for Jota, just changed the game. And then after that, especially the second half, I think Van Dijk and Henderson just getting on the ball more. Harvey Elliott was good. Keita was good on the ball. So Van Dijk just started doing what we used to see last season and the season before with his long 60-yard balls to Salah. Oh my God, that sounded good. Yeah. So Salah just changed the game and probably killed Burnley's energy. They just didn't counter press as much in the second half. And then Liverpool scored again, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, you could see Burnley got rattled. They started going in with them slide tackles, trying to break some ankles in the end. It was as you said, they had that 15-minute spell, but after that, Van Dijk and Matip so calm and collective at the back. Like you just don't think the amount of times like a ball will even bounce over the midfield, and they'll just collect it. They'll take the pressure away. They're just so good. The highlight I've got though which I want to talk about with Liverpool is Sadio Mane. I don't know what last season he had a bit of a stint and he wasn't, as good as what Sadio Mane's been. And I think he's carried that over. I know he scored today, but it's just he doesn't make the right choices so often. Like I could see Salah getting annoyed at him today as well at times where he's like, "Hey, pass me the ball." And everyone's the one to give Salah the narrative of being selfish, but Mane, like I don't know, and he's finishing. He's just I don't know if he's going to get back to what he's been. I really don't.
Yeah, didn't you earlier in the season predict that Mane would flop? Or
yeah, no, I thought Mane would struggle this season. I always thought that Salah would be the person to carry that team. I think both. I mean, I do think that he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be bad. I just don't think he'll reach the levels that people think they're going to. That people think that he's going to get to. That's the point.
Yeah, it was weird that game though. But Liverpool are top of the table now until if Manchester United win tomorrow. But like Trent was good, Harvey Elliott was good, and I'm happy for Tsimikas that he had a good game. Because last week a lot of people went at him because he didn't have the greatest of games, and it was just like his first game. And it's good that he's taking his chance because Robertson was back on the bench today, and so next week Robertson probably plays against Chelsea. I think
he takes responsibility as well. Like he's taking corners from one of the sides as well, which I liked. He was very good. Like the thing is, Burnley are a very very physical side, and he's not the biggest of lads. And I don't know if you saw it, CK. I think it was around the 80th minute, but one of them banged him on the floor, and another one came in, and he still managed to wiggle his way out of it and keep the ball. And that was when he even had a bit of a shoulder injury, and he was meant to be going off for about 10 minutes, but the ball didn't go out of play, and he fought through it. So I really like the kid. I think he's a really really good player.
That was probably frustration from early in the game when he knocked over one of Burnley's players early, and he just knocked him over, and therefore it was a pen. But Sean Dyche is a good coach, and he had a good coaching game early, but the quality of Liverpool just shone through, and they really couldn't deal with it. And that's going to happen a lot this season, I think, because last season Liverpool losing. It was probably their worst season at Anfield ever.
Yes,
Like for
definitely.
them, they lost the 5 league games at home in a row at one point. So having their fans back will be good. The atmosphere definitely wasn't as good as people say it was, because if you really watch the game, like a lot of the time you could hear Burnley fans or the players more than Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think Sean Dyche, like, he's a very underrated manager. Like, Jack Cork, for God's sake, was playing in that game. Jack Cork still plays Premier League football. This guy keeps Burnley up every year and actually does well with them. Like, he is a very good, like, I don't think many other managers in the world can keep Burnley up into the Premier League the way he's done it.
especially without
you're right. Yeah.
every year.
I mean, I still have them going down, but I think this is finally the year. But he's going to prove me wrong. He's going to prove me wrong. I can just feel it in my bones.
I think Sean Dyche will.
You're going to have a chance to change that prediction, but do you think you're going to keep it?
I don't know. It's weird. It's my head says yes, but my intuition just says no. But like my head, you just know that they're going to somehow manage it.
He's in the Fulham situation where they just spend 100 million every time, and Villa 100 million every time and stay up. But Fulham spend that 100 million and still go down. He rarely spends. Like, they've kept the same core for a long time, and to do what he's done is actually a very positive thing, to be honest. But yeah, Liverpool back in business.
Do you want to move on to the Villa game?
So
right, so I think we'll cover that. So I think the first game to cover is, because it will involve a lot of the Arsenal crowd we do have, is the Aston Villa Newcastle game. 2 former players playing on either opposing sides, and I think the obvious place to start is with Emi Martinez. So I mean, I'll go first with that because it's quite obvious. I mean, with Emi, it's a question of, look, people have said they've lamented him leaving. He's not this, he's not that, he's not the one that we should let go, blah, blah, blah. And I agree. I think if you look at the profile at the time, it makes sense that you don't let him go. But the point is also that he didn't want to compete. And if you don't want to compete, you can't be at the club. It's that simple. If someone's telling you 95% you're starting first game and you don't want to take it, then so far that's all I can do for you. And the mentality he showed today is the same mentality he's had all throughout his career. Rash, runs out. I mean, there's no mistaking that he had games where he's conceded 5 or 7 goals. It's silly. Like, we need to stop. We need to stop twerking, or whatever you want to call it, for Emi Martinez. It's not. It is what it is. He's gone. We have a replacement who we will be doing a video on tomorrow in Aaron Ramsdale, and I think this will be the end of Leno.
Soon. I'm not sure, maybe tomorrow, but yeah, soon. But like with the Emi thing, we haven't. Obviously, he burst into the limelight 2 years ago for us. If that was it, no, it was 2. Wait,
2 years.
No, it was last year.
Fam, it was the FA Cup in what year?
2020.
Yeah, 2020. You're right. Yeah.
Last year.
Last year.
Limelight, and he became this something like great keeper, one of the top 5 keepers in the league, and then now, but we have, obviously he's great, and he was great the past year, and I won't take that away from him, but I'd like to see how the fans dynamic, what it does to him, because he started shining without fans. Like, he never did anything before, nothing on loan, nothing in his cup games for us, and then he just burst into the limelight of no fans. So let's see how fans affect how Emi is next season or this season.
Yeah, Emi, he burst on very quickly, really, on acceleration. I know he's been at the club for many years, but actually on how well he started playing. Because even earlier in that season, where he came into fruition for us, like, you remember that 5-5 game? He was woeful in that game. Like, so many of the goals were his fault. Like, long shots, he was bad. So he's obviously come very good last season. He was he was for me, best keeper in the Prem last season. So, but as you said, like fans weren't in the stadium, and I don't know how he performs with fans in the stadium. I don't know how he performs with that pressure. The kind of interviews he's done, I don't know what his mentality is like. And fans can do a lot to players' mentality. Look what happened with Granit Xhaka. Like, I think he's been better since fans have left. So it'll be also interesting to see what he's like when fans are back on his back. So yeah, it'll be interesting about Emmy. But with the Villa game as well, Danny Ings, what a goal! What a goal!
Yeah.
That overhead kick, power, precision, what a goal! He is for 31 million with 1 year left. It is, you would say, yeah, you could do better business. Like you'd have thought it'd be a cheaper price, but for the impact he'll make up Villa and the points he will get them, it is still a very, very good signing.
I mean, I do think. Look, with the whole thing with Danny Ings is that I just don't know if he'll have the consistency because of the age and the injury record. And it is a very good goal. I'm not going to deny that, but it's just I don't really know where this takes them. So
I think Ings is always going to be a good signing for them because he creates goals by himself. He doesn't.
He
A
does,
lot
yeah.
of the goals he scores for Southampton were created by himself. He's 2-2 now. Unlike Buendia, but he's 2-2.
I had to throw that in there.
I had to, because we got a lot of stick on Buendia, I think. So, but yeah, like Villa. I'm not sure if they won the first. No, they lost.
They lost.
So they have 3 points now.
Yeah.
Wilson messed up at the start. Yeah. Newcastle didn't do too well. Willock, Saint-Maximin, Wilson, they didn't really have good games.
No, that I will say that for the Emmy incident, that ball from Willock was beautiful. Yeah. It was a lovely ball. It was just Wilson messed up his timing with that run.
Yeah, he can pass with space. I'm not sure.
Under pressure.
A lot of people weren't saying they didn't want Willock to stay or didn't think Willock was good enough for us. Was passing, and his passing selection in particular is poor. But in Newcastle, it will look better because you always have more space. Because in a way, when a player is trying to find that type of pass for us, more time has to be like eye the needle, perfect pass. Because there's so little space behind the back line. But with Newcastle, there's a lot of space, and I really hope Willock thrives, man. And then get sold for 60 mil, and we get a big buyback.
Yeah.
Or a big sell on.
Sell on, yeah, not buyback.
Yeah, I always told the buyback.
Look, the other thing with this game is I don't know how both teams feel like they're going to go from here, because with Newcastle it looks like a relegation scrap, and with Villa, even though they did look good today, I don't even think they looked that good. Like, they looked okay. I don't really see what people are seeing in terms of European challenging. I just think they
spent 93 million.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling it will just end up being 11th, maybe 10th. I think
they've spent this much. They've spent this much money before.
Yeah,
last season they spent this much money, and they finished 13th. So
I think they've got really good squad depth, though. That's something I will say about Villa is like their squad depth is good compared to a lot of clubs, and I think you need that in the Premier League. So, like the centre backs now, they already had Konza, Mings. Now they've got what was his name, Twanzebe from Manchester United on loan. Yeah, they've brought in Leon Bailey as well. He was on the bench again today, and he didn't come on today actually.
Yeah, unlike last week when he got the assist.
Actually, maybe I don't actually think he was on the bench today. Then I don't know if he's got himself injured or something. But they do have good squad depth. That's something I will give about Villa. Like that can help them in this Premier League campaign. Maybe get them a bit further than what they have done in the past. Once, like last year when Grealish got injured, they kind of they fell apart. Well, this year they've kind of got that squad depth. Yeah, okay, if someone gets injured now, they've got a player that can replace him.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I think we'll move on from the Villa game. I think another game people were excited about was that it was the Leeds Everton game. I mean, did anyone catch any of that? I mean, the penalty incident was quite funny. I felt the fact that the Leeds fan were jeering, saying "Who are you?" And then Calvert-Lewin just
He scored.
Scored and showed the shirt to him. That was quite
Yeah.
funny. But it's
Ellen Road is a great state. It's a great atmosphere, man.
yeah, they're great, man.
A lot of players say it is, man.
The thing is with Rafinha as well, great goal,
Great goal.
and Bamford as well. That assist was beautiful. The way he took the ball and got into space and helped the team click at the end of that move.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's done.
If
But
you guys
yeah.
don't, I'm good.
Amari Gray as well. Amari Gray played really well today.
Yeah, he did play very well.
His goal was very good as well. Like, it was very nice. Like, because he kind of messed it up a bit at the start. Like, I thought, okay, he took it a bit wide, but then he brought it back into play, and it was really well taken.
Yeah, it's good to see him doing well after all the Leicester hype.
Yes.
Like he was at Birmingham, I swear. Or am I wrong?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. He scored a goal. Leeds Everton will be a good game because apart from Arsenal 0-0, that's the only 0-0 draw since I don't know when. So Leeds games will always have goals, and it was a good game to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, it's Bielsa. It's entertaining football.
Yeah, and it's end to end, and that's why their fans rarely complain because of how open they are. Like, they were very open today, which allowed the Amari Grays to have the space, and for them to find that pass for DCL and then get dragged down for the pen. But I don't think Leeds struggle to like stay in the league this season. I think they'll finish mid-table.
I think they've got too many goals in them, don't they? They've got too many goals in them. Like, they goals from everywhere.
It was a goal from Rafinha today, came out of nowhere.
Nowhere, yeah.
He's got it. He'll move this summer, won't he? Like, well, sorry, not this summer, next summer.
Depends, because I think if we're doing smart team building, I think United or Liverpool should have got him this year.
Yes, yeah, I agree. I think
especially when he's cheaper. Because if he has another season like last season, he won't be cheap next season.
I think apparently two teams did go into him and they literally brushed him off straight away. They didn't even acknowledge it. So I generally don't think he would have been available this summer.
I will say this was the battle of two of my favourite strikers in the league, in Calvert-Lewin and Bamford, and neither disappointed. They both played well. Both played well.
Both got GA.
Both got GA.
Could have scored again. Though he could have scored again. He did miss that.
He did miss.
Nice.
I don't know how he missed that. Oh, it was a lovely ball. Yeah.
They were good, man. Both teams have good managers in Rafa and.
Like those are games that you like to watch. Like I wouldn't mind watching that again.
Yeah, Leeds are a great team to watch, man.
I've been a bit surprised with Rafa, to be honest, though, because I thought, Rafa Benitez, boring football, kind of sits it, always goes for the kind of 1-0s, but like he looks like he's going for it this year. Like,
he has better players than he had at
Newcastle.
Yeah, I know, but even like back in the day, like Rafa, like even with like better teams, he would still, want to grind out results and play boring football. While now, like, it's parts of it's still not great, but they are starting to, go for it more, putting more numbers up there and get more goals.
I just think it's going to be typical Everton this season. They'll start well and people get sucked in, and then eventually they'll fall away. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be a sustained challenge for anything.
Being expansive against Leeds isn't hard to do. So
no,
that's true. Yeah, I do agree.
That's why I think today
there's so many gaps. There's so many gaps to pick with that Leeds team, like because they swarm you. So break the press and you're done.
I think the longer Leeds stay in the Prem, though, the better they get, because they need quality to play.
The way
Bielsa football, because a lot of the things they do is one-on-one defending, one-on-one attacking. So the better they get, like them securing Bamford on a 5-year deal is very, very good for them. Because there's not many strikers better than him.
No, there really isn't.
Especially for their system.
Like for any system, man. Even if you're playing George's 4-2-3-1, like you
not just the
need
4-2-3-1. I mean, like, because Bamford is probably arguably their main creator, and he creates goals for himself and for others. The point I was going to make was even in George's 4-2-3-1 or my 4-3-3,
you can use Bamford in both systems perfectly because he's such a good link-up play and he's such a good creator as well. So you can drop back and he can drop back and form my ideal system, the diamond, or you can actually go forward and be that main striker at the end of the ball. Okay, well, we've already done our predictions, but
we'll be answering this.
yeah.
Like for definite, we'll be answering this. I don't know what's the date today, the 21st. So
10 days.
2 weeks, 10 days,
Yeah.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, this is just I don't know. Yeah, but this is just like we're gonna do a review with fans of all the big six for like every big six team. Like we're gonna review their window and the start of the season. That's one of our plans coming. So like Chelsea United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Spurs or Leicester. We're not sure which ones in the big six. So we're gonna do one of them or both of them. But yeah, that's one of our plans. So end of the month, start of September is when we'll definitely not go back on our predictions.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. You don't need to be sorry. Just if you don't know, you don't know. So, but yeah, we're going to be doing that at the end of the window. In terms of what we got next, we've got.
Well, can I say one more thing about Everton?
Yeah, go on. Of course, Cam.
Yeah. Look, I just want to highlight another player that I think is really causing Everton problems at the moment. That is Michael Keane. 25 million this guy went for. He done a howler in the first game against Southampton, and he done a howler again today. Like the ball dropped, and he completely misjudged it, and he just let it through for the goal. He's just such a problem for them at the moment. I don't know why Rafa has. He's got to be dropped for next game, surely, for maybe like a Holgate. He's just been so poor. And for 20, I know people have gone and asked for Ben White for 50 million, but Ben White is 100 times the player Michael Keane is, and he costs 25 million.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's not looking like that keen a defender at this moment in time. So it's just so. On that note, let's move on to Crystal Palace versus Brentford. So two teams, I think.
Seriously. And they're not even funny, guys, but he just keeps catching me off guard with that keen a defender. What the? But yeah, just move on, man. Move on.
Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Two teams that I think, but all three of us would love to see on a regular basis.
That's a London derby, right?
Yeah, that is a London derby, correct?
Yeah. Palace, Brentford. If you look at all the stats, had more shots, more passes. I think more possession as well. It was a decent game, not a very, very good game to watch.
No.
I think there are positives for both teams, and I think the positives were more for maybe even Palace because Brentford have their best 11 out. Palace had Eze, Elise, and those types of players missing, and Palace lacked that creativity and decisiveness in the final third today. That's why they only had one shot after maybe 70 minutes or something, or 60 minutes or something. So I really think Palace with this, because Palace's counter press today was very good in this 4-3-3. Even though it's not my cup of tea, it's one of the best formations. But we're playing a 4-3-3, you really need quality, and they lack that with their injuries. So Vieira's plan of using these eights as these interiors to help them in build-up has really done well for them. But I think with Eze's ball-carrying ability and just decisiveness, you'll see a flick of the switch.
Yeah, I like what Palace are doing with the players they've brought in. I like their partnership, their centre-back partnership, Joachim Andersen and Guy, however you say his name. Guay, sorry, I butchered that. But I think that's it's a good young centre-back partnership. So I think that'll be exciting to see how they kind of progress together. Yeah, as you said, they've got quite a few of their best attacking talents out at the moment. So it's a bit hard to judge them on what they're going to be like because they can't get that right attack. They're still having to play Christian Benteke, bless him. God, how are you still playing again?
That's what I'm saying about the quality. I don't really rate Vieira the highest. Obviously, I have an affinity to him to be Arsenal legend, but some things he's done for them are really good, and he has focused on the fitness. And I don't think there's some great team. Maybe I'm overestimating them because I like some of their players, and they're close to me. But like, I really think some of the things that he's implemented for Palace will bode well with some of the players they've had, like Zaha, Eze, Olise, Conor Gallagher, Guehi, Anderson. They've got some good players, and they really need to add around the edges because their core is good, I think. And
Yes.
their core is good, like Guaita and Go, Anderson, Guehi, Conor Gallagher, Zaha, Eze. They just need like a maybe striker. And I really hope they get Reece Nelson from us, honestly.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see
Just
Reece
another
there.
technical player.
Do you not think that 4-3-3 is a bit too soon for them, though?
Yes.
Essentially, yes.
They don't have the quality for it, but he's going to do
No.
it. And he's practiced with it with all their youngsters throughout the whole of preseason. Since he came in at the end of July, every preseason game, that's what they've done. It's taken quality to even pull through, but their counter press is what I like at the moment. But apart from that, they're going to struggle if the players keep getting injured.
I really like Conor Gallagher as well. I liked him at West Brom. I thought he was their best midfielder last year at West Brom.
Yeah.
Even though Maitland-Niles was there, like he completely outshone Maitland-Niles. And I think, again, I thought Conor Gallagher was really good today. I think he helps with that counter press, and I think he hit the post today, or the bar today as well. He got really unlucky with that. And that was in like the first 10 to 20 minutes that happened. So I think he would be quite a good player for the 4-3-3. I don't know about the other two midfielders if they can really do it, because they're used to playing that 4-4-2 block system, aren't they?
Yeah, with Roy Hodgson.
So
we're gonna see. We're gonna see how. Obviously, it's the first 2 games. It's still 36 games, and a lot can change from now. So Palace need quality a bit more. They've done a good window so far, but they need a lot more to even attempt to succeed with a 4-3-3. I hope he changes.
For sure. Right. On that note, I think we'll move on to before we move on to the late game. Probably the most entertaining game was the Man City game. So, did we really? What do we feel? I mean, Jesus was great. I mean, it started out with a really cruel own goal that Norwich scored.
Now I get why you didn't let me start off. Oh my days! Oh my days!
But yeah,
it was like Jesus was involved. So this one of their goals was disallowed, and Jesus did everything for that goal. He played in Torres. He got in. Jesus got the assist for Grealish's goal. He didn't get the assist for 2 other goals, but he got an assist for 2 of the goals, I think. And he was their man of the match, and I think he was great. Jesus was. He was a lot. He was on the right-hand side a lot, with Ferran Torres playing false 9 sort of role, striker sort of role. Jesus was great on the right. Again, it's Norwich, and have you all seen the 5th goal?
Yes.
The amount of space Mahrez had.
But they ran out. I don't know what happened. Like that's the thing with Norwich. Like they're just going straight back down. Like as much as City, I don't even think they were that. Like it was that great. Like all of the goals were just horrific defending. Like drop balls, like the Laporte goal just dropped in the box. As you said, the Diaz clip ball into Mahrez. There was just so much space. I don't know if I think they were trying to pull offside, but only half of the defense were doing it. They just don't know what they're doing. City. Norwich. They don't know what they're doing, and they're just going to go straight back down. They don't seem to invest that much into their team once they come back up. They don't seem to. You need to bring in 3-4 good players if you're going to try and stay in the Premier League.
That's probably their owner's choice, because Fulham spend 100 mil every time they come up.
They come for the pay. They come for the paycheck. Let's be honest. They come for the paycheck because they don't take it seriously.
They feel like early 2010s West Brom. Like they just keep going up and down, up and down.
You get 100 million for getting promoted.
Yeah.
If you win the league, if you win the championship, you get maybe 80 million or something. But if you win the playoffs, you get more money than winning the playoffs than winning the Premier League. I think it is.
So they've got the money to do it. They've just sold Brendia as well for £40 million, like their best player, and they expect just to be able to somehow compete by like they have brought in, a few good players. Rashika, yeah, but is it enough? No,
They're
I
just
don't
not
think
stable
anywhere near.
enough. They just don't know which way to play. That's the thing. They have no idea. They don't have, as I was saying, they don't know which way to play at all. They're very sort of haphazard. I don't think Daniel Farke is going to stay. I think he's one of the candidates to get sacked first. I'm not going to lie to you, because at this moment in time,
you missed an opportunity for a joke.
No, I said the joke. I landed it, but like I just didn't emphasize it to. I know the joke, nor rich way to play. I know it, but the point is we're very very. I don't think it's going to be an easy season for them, especially if they haven't been. Who have they signed? Just they've signed they've signed a couple of players, but nothing too like out of the box. And the thing is, with this window, it seems like there's not a lot of movement. I think this is one of the worst times to be rebuilding a squad. I mean, we've seen that ourselves, because
you're losing your best player and your best creator and one of your second or first best goal scorer, especially now. And playing City and Liverpool first will kill your confidence, because they've conceded 8 goals in 2 games. So going into the start of the season, it's not good for them. I hope they bounce back. For them, because their start of the season is Liverpool, Norwich, Liverpool, City, Leicester, Arsenal. That's their first 4 games.
I hope they don't bounce back, especially not against us.
No, I hope they bounce back in the EFL Cup. If I was a Norwich fan, hello Jeff. I hope they bounce back for that, but really they really struggled, man.
Yeah, I mean,
they've got
just we need to talk about Man City a bit, because they did look very good. I mean, I suppose they weren't really challenged to look good. I mean, Grealish, that goal was.
Norwich have signed a lot of players.
Yeah, but they're not like. There's no big. There's no outstanding players.
I'll say their names. Okay, so they signed Ben Gibson from Burnley, 9 million. They've signed Demetrius Yanulis for 7 million. Rashika for 10 million. Angus Gunn from Southampton for 5 mil. Flynn Clark from Peterborough, undisclosed fee. Billy Gilmore
on loan from Chelsea.
Yeah, Pierre Lees-Melou from Nice for 5 mil. Josh Sargent from Werder Bremen for 9 mil. And Christian Zolis for 10 mil. So
that's a lot of pressure on there's a lot of pressure on Gilmore. I like a lot.
Yeah, that's 9 players they've signed. So they have spent more than we actually thought.
No, they've spent money. I know they've spent money, but it's on what they've done. Like, they've made quite a few transfers, but how many of them do you really think are going to make an impact? Like, not many.
They spent £55 million. I'm not sure a lot of them will make that impact, because signing 9 players that you want to get into the squad straight away is even risky.
Yeah.
Regardless of your level. Gilmore will do well, because I think they do play a 4-3-3, but I'm not sure.
It's a lot of pressure for someone his age.
Yeah. Especially
I feel
the way they play him.
It feels like a bit of like a Cleverley loan, like when he used to go to Watford or those kinds of teams, like when he was on loan from Manchester City, from Manchester United.
I think Gilmore will do well for them, because I think they're trying this. They again are trying this 4-3-3 team. They're trying this 4-3-3, and Gilmore at the base is good. Lees-Melou is a decent 8. Cantwell, they're now trying to force on the right wing.
Is he going to stay there? That's the question.
Not sure, because Villa are trying to get him or Ward-Prowse, I swear.
Ward-Prowse just signed a new deal.
Well, yeah, new deal, yeah.
Ward-Prowse is just on a new deal, and I don't think Norwich are selling Campbell for anything less than 40 million. So if they really want to prize him away, they're going to have to pay big money for him. Ridiculous.
Yeah, so Norwich, I would like to see how their 4-3-3 plans out there. I don't think they have the quality to do it well.
No.
You see how these teams are trying this, and at least they're trying something and keeping with this philosophy. Because last time they tried the same thing, keeping with their philosophy, and they went straight back down. And I suspect it's going to happen again for them to go straight back down. But let's see.
Yeah.
Right, so just a quick word on City. They do look imperious. I mean, a final word on them is just like I just feel like they yet to be. I just think that first loss will just like spark them into life a bit. They're going to start doing their usual 3-4-0
Had their
drubbings.
first loss.
Yeah, I'm saying that their first loss
Oh,
will spur them on a bit. They'll start going on their relegation drubbings. I'm not looking forward to
they
playing.
have another. Well, sorry to cut you off, but like their next couple, I'll give you their next 5. So
It's us.
Arsenal next week,
Yeah.
Leicester, Southampton, Chelsea, Liverpool, and then Burnley.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they've got a tough run. They are arguably the best team in the league, but they play 4 of the big 7 in their next 5. So Arsenal, Leicester, Southampton, Chelsea, Liverpool. So they've got a tough run after the international break, and they have a lot of international players. Seeing as who they're starting right now, like a lot of the international players aren't even fit. Apparently, De Bruyne's injured, but magically he'll be back next week.
They always are.
He always is back. Same as Kane.
Him and Kane.
Kante.
Yeah.
These 3 guys, like when Chelsea players, Kante's always injured before. Like Kante missed because Chelsea had a training session just before, like open to the fans, and Kante wasn't there.
He wasn't there. Yeah, they've got a special injection they give just for coming into the Arsenal game.
Tuchel said he thinks Kante and Ziyech, even though they weren't at training, will be fit for the match.
That was Ziyech, really? I didn't think. Obviously, his shoulder. I didn't think he would be back already.
De Bruyne is always injured before us, and Kane is always injured before us. But they always, So let's move on to that. See
the last game of the other day. So the Brighton game, Watford. Watford are going down, people.
Watford going down.
Yeah,
I like their attack though. This is the thing. I like their attack. They have a good attack. Like Sarr is a quality player. Like he wasn't very good today. I'm not gonna lie. He wasn't very good.
Bissouma was good today.
Bissouma was. No, he wasn't good. He wasn't good. Good is not the word. He was amazing.
Yeah,
he was amazing today. His press for their goal as well came steaming in. I think took the ball off cleverly. The tackle went straight to Maupay, and then they went and scored. He was quality today. He was doing bits of skill in their box. He was just everywhere today, and that is what we need at our club. Basuma is so good, helping them in transition. He was man of the match today. Man of the match, 100%. He was quality.
Yeah, him and Shane Duffy were very good today.
Shane Duffy was also very good. Yes.
Yeah,
The thing is with Watford, sometimes they look very organised. They do look like they're actually doing something going forward, but other times I don't know what they're doing. Like they just don't seem. I don't really see coordination there. I don't really see an organised press. I mean, I do like Sarr. I do agree with Willow, but like it just seems. And this is Watford are my second team because I'm from that's my local team, but like I just don't see them. I don't see them staying up. And with that organisation as well, they sack so many managers. They were sacked way too quickly. So it's not looking good.
I'm not sure they really. I think they'll be in the mix to go down, obviously, but I'm not sure they 100% go down.
They're one at the moment, though.
A lot of the teams at the bottom are similar. Same as at the top. A lot of the team are close.
Yeah. I mean, they got a good win against Aston Villa, so it's 3 points at the moment. I think Watford, coming into it, they'd have took that.
They're even above Brighton, they're ninth.
Yeah, like they're doing well. And look, Brighton, they're a good team. They've got a good manager. I think Brighton are going to be, quite high up this season if they can get, especially if they're rumored to get what's his name, Nunes. Is it Nunes?
Darwin Nunes, yeah, from the
Darwin Nunes. If they get Darwin Nunes, then I think Brighton will do really well this season.
Maupay got injured, so he came off for Connolly. But it's too early to tell what happens, man. It's 2 games in. 10 games in is when you start really judging where you think people are going to finish. But 2 games in is really tough, man. It's really tough. But Brighton are good. A lot of Arsenal fans are wanting for Bissouma now, just like Willow, just like me. But today they reiterated that how good Bissouma is because he pressed very well today. His passing was good today. His dribbling, as always, is good. Technically, he's a good player, but the game was done and dusted in the first half.
The thing is, as well, he was available for like what 35 million. I think there was the quote at the start of the summer. I think now, if you want to sign him, because it's late on and Brighton would have to get a replacement, and he's done very well in his first 2 games.
They have got a replacement.
I mean,
Mwepu is the same type of player.
Yeah, so I don't know though. I guess they could sell him, I guess, but it's just like how well he's been doing the first couple of games as well. I feel like it would be more like 40 to 45
Bissouma
million
is very, very durable, which is a good thing because like he started 35 league games last season and he averaged maybe like 86 minutes per game.
He's just everywhere as well. He's literally just everywhere. In that game against Watford, he was just everywhere. He was up there. He was back in defence. His positioning as well, because Brighton messed up at the back and he saved it. His positioning was good there, where he actually stopped it. Like where you would see a lot of teams concede from, like Watford did. They made the mistake and Brighton capitalised. Bissouma was the one to stop Watford from capitalising. And he's made a goal from capitalising on a mistake and getting in on the press, and then he's also stopped a goal by having great positioning defensively. He's just such a good player.
Yeah, today was good. It was good from Brighton. And as I'm gonna keep reiterating, it's very, very, very early.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
So we'll see.
I think we'll. Do you want to do the rest? Do you want to do tomorrow's games? Just a quick preview, or are we just going to?
I want to answer. I want to say, look at this comment from Jeff Smith. Jeff, if you're still here, like, what team do you support? Because I think we're the only ones who spent 130, so I'm guessing Arsenal. But like, what do you think of this? His comments, if you can see them all.
Yeah, I can see them.
Like,
so
he refers Guehi, Anderson, Nat Phillips, Koundé, Tosin to Ben White, which I disagree on all of them apart from maybe Koundé, but Ben White was better than him technically, which is what we wanted.
And he didn't even say Koundé is Konate.
Oh, sheesh, Konate, sorry. But he was gone way before we even went in the market for centre back.
Yeah.
He's supposed to brand be. Okay.
But like,
yeah. I wouldn't.
The thing.
You go.
The thing is, like, the only player that is in the realm of things I might sign is Tosin, and even with Tosin, I think Ben White's better on the ball. And in terms of 50 million is too much. Okay, and
I know where Brandy is, by the way. The 50 mil thing is, we know it's too much, but you have to play over the odds for a 23-year-old English talent who just played or just at the Euros. Because Chelsea's just spent 50 on Chilwell, United 80 on Maguire, City 40 on Ake. These homegrown players, you could have got Webster or Duncan Brown.
But again, it's the higher ceiling as well. Like, look, these players are a lot older, and it's good to say that. But like the way we want to play, like people compare these centre backs to the way their teams play football. But you got to compare these centre backs in the way that you see Arsenal playing football, and what we want to do this year with a high line, with a ball playing centre back, especially when you've got someone in Leno in goal at the moment. Jesus Christ, you need someone that can be able to get on that ball and distribute it, because your goalkeeper can't. And them centre backs, yes, they may do very well for their teams and their systems, but would they be able to come into our systems and do that? I'm not quite sure of it. And for the price, like especially the ones they've said, I'm sorry, Ben White is like, Konate was already gone. So with all the other centre backs, Ben White is better than all them other centre backs. And if that's your biggest target, then yeah, you're gonna have to pay over the odds for some of your targets.
Not even just that, like this Duncan Webster thing is, you could say they're better than him, and I may agree with you, but it's like we've signed 5 players this window: Tavares 21, Lokonga 21, Odegaard 22, Ramsdale 23, and Ben White 23. We're not signed. We signed everyone who signed is under 23, so it's clear that's what we wanted to do. Younger players. So we're just going back over stuff we've spoken about in the past, to be honest, really.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, do you want to move on to the games tomorrow? We'll go to the previews.
Yeah, let's just really do. I mean, we'll start with the
We could
non-Arsenal
still get
games.
our sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. But this one, I just saw this before we got the 30 an hour for. We could still get our.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And again with the Saliba thing, we've covered it so many times.
Yeah.
The guy did not want to stay in England. We offered him pre-season. We offered him
We
a
all
chance
wanted
to
to
try.
keep him, by the way.
We
all
wanted to keep him.
But if we're signing
He
them
wanted
now,
to go to France because he wanted a guaranteed starting spot.
yeah,
And we couldn't give him that because we didn't think he had the quality to stay and start every season.
and
So
even if we say, because we all wanted to keep Saliba, and would you as a manager, because Arteta probably has the most pressure of any manager in the league right now, and I'm not sure he wanted to rely on a 20-year-old for 30 games a season.
No.
I would have, maybe, but
it's a risk.
It's a risk. I'd rather maybe 2 24-year-olds.
Just to go into Marvel Panelos, I don't even want him chatted with the same breath as Ben White. Like, the guy just lost 4-0 today and got hooked in the 84th minute. Like, no. Marvel Panelos, no.
Saliba has the quality to start. I just said we all rate him and we all wanted him to stay. But, like, I see why Arteta... I wouldn't have done the same thing, by the way, but I see why he didn't want to risk it. Like...
No, but the thing is, you need at his age, you need him playing week in, week out.
Yeah.
You need him to get minutes.
Yeah.
And at this moment in time, it's too risky to give such a young player who in the Premier League as well, especially, has an increased risk of injury to actually play 30 games this season.
He played in the Prem, and we all hope he played in the Prem just because he'd be more suited to the players in it and therefore more suited when he plays with us.
Honestly, I don't think any of us I think most of us are watching Marseille as well this season. I love watching that game. The was it 3-3? It was at the end of the game.
2-2.
It was 2-2. Sorry, in that game, it was back and forth. He was playing a 3-3-3-1 at one point. It was mental. I want to see him do as well as he can, but if I want to see him progress, and I think that we all hope that he will sign a new contract when he gets back.
Yeah, but if he thinks he does better in France, and the club tell him they want him in England, but he says he wants to be in France, why risk ruining that relationship even more?
Yeah, I just think, we talked a lot about Saliba, and look as well. If he had to play with Leno, he would have needed counselling. So we're saving his mental there as well.
If you guys have any more questions, this was a good one. So if you have any more questions, add them in whilst we talk about the other games. I'm gonna double check who's playing tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do it. I got it. Southampton United, Wolves, Spurs, and us versus Chelsea.
We'll do us last.
Yeah.
We'll go Southampton, Man U first, yeah?
Yeah, might as well.
Well, last time they played, it was, 9-0 United? Southampton United? I hope not, because I captained Salah and he blanked, so I really could do with Bruno not doing something this game.
The other thing is if United win, they equal our record for most consecutive away unbeaten games. So
they're equaling it.
If they don't lose.
Yeah, so I agree.
I hope they don't, but I think they smoke.
I mean, it is a chance at breaking a record, and it doesn't look like United are up for breaking records and winning trophies recently. So you never know what could
they have
happen.
broken some records recently. Isn't that their most semi-final losses in a row? Isn't it their biggest Premier League win, 9-0? So they have broken some records recently, and they are. I don't want to get away from it. They have some great players, and they are a good team and a good team to watch because they always, apart from against the big six, there's always goals in their games.
Yeah, I think they win comfortably tomorrow, to be honest. For me, Southampton are one of the teams I've got potentially going down. I think they'll be in a relegation battle. Now Danny Ings is gone. I don't think I love Livramento. I think he played really well in the first game against Everton, but I apart from that, there's not. And then they've also lost Vestergaard, so they've got and he was their big presence in defence last
Salisu
season.
has to step up.
Yeah, but he does.
Yeah. Yeah, like United, Sancho probably starts. I think he gets his first start. Pogba can't be left out of the team. Bruno can't either.
So who do you think gets dropped?
Four assists and 3 goals from each of them. Probably
So
means
who gets
they're
dropped,
going to be in the
CK?
team.
Who gets
Pardon?
dropped for you, CK? Who gets dropped for you, CK? Out of that, if Sancho comes in, who drops? Greenwood or
James.
James? Dan James. Oh, okay, yep.
He probably Sancho's playing on the right. He's not playing on the left with Pogba in this form. Pogba forces you can't drop him from the left. So, yeah.
The other thing is United fans, can you calm down? Okay, because I've seen too much rubbish, bro. Greenwood has not had a better career than Messi at his age. That's not a thing.
Come on,
okay, guys, calm. Like, what are we doing? Like, come on, calm.
But yeah, United, I think are gonna smoke Southampton. I hope they do again, but I think they're gonna smoke Southampton. Like, I hope this Salisu, the youngster Salisu they have, we didn't really play too much last season because they had Vestergaard, who played very well last season. But Salisu has to step up now because he played 12 games last season, and this season he's definitely going to play more with his chance to step up and be a star. And they bought another striker for 30 mil called Adam Armstrong, who's probably going to partner Che Adams in the 4-4-2.
He did last game, didn't he? I think we played him last game and he scored from Michael Keane error. Are we doing? Are we actually doing score prediction, or are we just?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, might as well. I think 3-1.
You think 3-1?
I think 2-1 probably.
2-1. See, I was going to go audacious and go 4-1, but you know what? I'll stick casual. I'll say 2-0 United.
2-0 United. Okay.
They've just got to hope. They just got to hope Southampton that new kid he just finishes strong. You have to make sure that you have players that are able to get the ball in the net, because at the moment in time they just don't seem to have any money. Not many.
That was Armstrong joking.
No. Just they need to finish well. They need to finish well.
It was okay. Moving on.
Spurs Wolves.
Spurs just lost to Ferrero Rocher. Pack of Ferrero Rocher. 1-0. They
got packed by Ferrero Rocher. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
See, they got
that was a great one, Karen. Yeah. That was a great one. I can't lie, they got packed by Ferrero Rocher. But yeah, they lost to Ferrero. I'm going to give them some respect. Pacos de Ferreira. That's their name. And they posted a crazy TikTok video of them humping Spurs' mascot.
Yeah. Their social media team is on point, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be able to get away with it in England, but I rate it.
Definitely. Just like, but like Tottenham, how do you think they fare against Nuno's old team?
I see they've got so much confidence, but I know they obviously lost to Ferrero Rocher, but you know they've got so much confidence for winning 1-0 against City. And my Tottenham friends, they're all they've been meeting me, they've been giving me grief, and they've been getting hyped up. But they do it every year. Like last year it was Brighton, Fulham, and then and it was they're gonna they're gonna win the league because they're doing well in September, and they've had one win so far. But I don't really see them doing much this season. I think they're just going to be average. They've got too many inconsistent players. Sorry.
No, but this has a draw written all over it for me.
Yeah, same. 2-2.
I think it's going to be a 2-1 Spurs, to be honest. I think Son, I'm not sure now that I really think about it. I just said in my head they have to bounce back. And every time you say that about them, they really don't.
No.
So they have to do something, and they have to calm the nerve of the fan base, especially with fans back in the stadiums. So I think they'll win 2-1.
2-1. I just feel like they've got too many inconsistent players. Way too many. Like Son's a purple patch player. As much as a great player he is purple patch. Same with Lucas.
It's his team now, though. It's his team.
It is his team now. It is his team, and he's got to take a lot of responsibility now. And we'll see how that fares. But yeah, I'm going 2-2.
I think 1-1. I don't see it being that high scoring a game. I don't think either team has the firepower for it.
Yeah,
So
I think 2-1 Spurs. But yeah, quickly before we do our game, what do you think of this?
What have we got?
I want to say this, but like I want to
no, go CK,
talk
go.
about this quickly. With the Ramsdale, we're gonna do an in-depth video very soon, coming early next week on Ramsdale. He's not. I hate how they always put the add-ons on top for Arsenal signings because he is 24 mil, and for him to even get to 30 mil, we have to qualify for Europe a couple times and get to the knockouts a couple times. So if we does get to 30 mil, it means we've done well. He's been a success. So he's 24 mil, he's 23, maybe 13 years left as a goalkeeper. I don't want to go too in depth. I think he's a good player, and I think the narrative really killed him before he signed, because now he signed, a lot of people are happy that he signed with his interviews and how happy he is and how heartfelt he was with certain stuff he's done. Like he brought, I'm not sure if that was his sister. He took his mom, and I know his mom and dad were there.
Well, he took his granddad's ashes as well.
Granddad's ashes,
He took his granddad's ashes. So people are very heartfelt with how he come, and people are happy with what he's done so far, and he's trained with us already. Probably too early to start versus Chelsea. If he does, I won't complain. But like in 2017, Everton signed Pickford for 25 mil.
Yes.
And no one said anything. 2021, Arsenal signed Ramsdale for 24 million. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is too much money. It's way too much money. Like 24 million for a keeper now, when Chelsea have spent 72 on a keeper who's their backup. And
one of the worst keepers I've probably watched in the Premier League. Just to add.
And they bring on for penalties.
Yeah, he's not able to capper the ball out the net. So
no,
he's not.
That was not a good one.
No. Well, yeah.
So yeah, I'll just leave that around though very soon. Be alert though, very very soon. Maybe
Kappa-tuned.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so Chelsea Arsenal.
Yeah, be alert on our Twitter and on our YouTube. Turn on notifications and you'll see when that video comes out, to be honest. But yeah, Arsenal, Chelsea, Ramsdale's conceded over 100 goals in 2 years. He's played for 2 relegation teams. I'm not sure what more you expect.
Like if you have increased amounts of shots, you're going to concede more amounts of goals. It's just that simple. Like if you can't really say that goals continue how much it you can't really say, you can't control how many shots you get taken at you.
No.
Oh, and don't worry, yo, don't worry. It's coming. Don't worry. It's always.
Why yo like chill? What do you mean you're enjoying it? Come on, like this.
The people want entertainment.
Today there's been some good ones, like Brentford made it click. It was a cruel own goal.
Yeah.
Some of them have been good. That one there was not good.
What about Pact for the Pact?
That was, you lynched that from me. You stole that.
Yeah, no, but I added Pact, fam.
Oh, okay. If that was a decent one, but that's.
I'll give you the assist. You'll give you the assist. You're the Bamford of the click, bro. Bamford the click, innit?
Okay, yeah, I'm
but yeah, we're talking
about what's behind us.
We're talking about what's behind us. So this game is going to be. I think people are going to be surprised by this game. I think it's going to be a very very tight game. I think we're going to line up 3-4-3. If we don't, then I'll be very very surprised. I'm assuming that he'll play Tavares and Niles as wing backs. I think he'll play White, and I think he'll actually start holding, because
talk about us going into the game now. We are big underdogs.
We are
big underdogs. That's what I'm saying.
But we have been the last 4 times we played them, and look what's happened. Like it's a difficult one. I've seen loads of people saying like 4-0, 5-0 Chelsea, and like I'm sorry, like don't get me wrong, Chelsea could easily beat us, but if it is, it's going to be a tight game. I've said it, like it's going to be a 1-0 either way. Like either side, it'll be a 1-0. It's going to be.
You think that?
It's going to be a tight game. Not too many chances. Probably quite boring because a lot of the Arsenal Chelsea games have been in recent time. It's going to be one of those games which will be tight knit, and let's just hope we can come out on the right side of it.
Yeah, recent history has been kind to us regarding Chelsea, but I'm really like, well, Chelsea are on good form. They just won 3-0. They signed someone for £97.5 million. We've signed four. We could sign 4 of the players we've signed as a collective equal that amount. So, like, they've spent big on him, and they are generally the better team coming into this. So, the odds are definitely on Chelsea to win. And do you think they'll win?
Yeah, I don't think they'll win. I think it'll be a draw. Honestly, I mean,
Really?
I think it'll be very. I think it'll be very, very close. I can see this being 1 goal either way or a draw. I don't see this being a very sort of massive overrun, a 6-0 Chelsea or a 5-1 or something like that. It'll be tight. It'll be very, very tight because of the way we're setting up and because of the way Chelsea plays. Their game is predicated on a transition game. They don't like having the ball at their feet. Let's be real. How do they won the Champions League? Mendy to Chilwell after being pressed. Mendy to Chilwell to Mount, and then Werner making the transitional run, freeing up Havertz. Havertz makes the run. He's 1-on-1 and they score. It's not hard. Like to see what their game plan is. Their game plan is we're gonna sit back, give you the ball, and then when you mess up, we're gonna run at you. And we have runners, we have transitional outlets, and we have ways to actually make you feel uncomfortable. So I don't know, man. It just seems like if we give them the ball and we invite them onto us, it's not going to be that game that they want. And I understand that Lukaku is Lukaku, but first game back, is he going to be fit? Is he going to be the same Romelu Lukaku that we all know and love? Well, we don't love, but other teams love. The only thing that worries me is if we does start Mari, and
that's my
Mari,
worry.
That's the worry.
That is the worry.
I'm not worried about that, to be honest. Okay. So for me, Mari starting wouldn't worry me in the sense that he's probably our best. He's arguably our best centre back aerially now that Gabriel's injured or Gabriel's not fully fit. So it's him or holding best aerially, and it's probably Mari. And I really don't think Lukaku will be as big a threat as people are saying, because his best aspect is running from the right and darting inwards nowadays. And that gets smaller in the Prem just because physically people can handle him a lot more. And Mari deals with pace well, to be honest. And last game, the aerial duels that happened a lot were Tony versus White. And Lukaku always drifts to the right. So it's going to be Lukaku versus Mari, and I'm much more confident that him battling Mari aerially will bode well for us better than White battling Lukaku. I hope we match them. What would you guys' lineup be? For me,
Willow, you're first, yeah.
I'll say George's after as well.
Yeah.
Well, for me, you would have to say Leno in goal, wouldn't you? I mean, no. To be honest, in my lineup, I'm putting Ramsdale in goal. I'm a big man, big decisions. But God damn it, I'll put Ramsdale in goal. I don't know. And then I'd go Maitland-Niles right wing back. Then it would be Ben White would be on the right centre back. Then it would probably be. I was thinking Chambers, but you know what? Yeah, it is right. We need to be aerial against Lukaku, so I think it would probably be best to have maybe Pablo Mari in there or Rob Holding, and then you'd have Tierney at left centre back. Tavares would be left wing back, and then it would be Lokonga, Xhaka, and then it would be Smith Rowe on the left.
Who's your right wing back?
Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles starts for me, and then it would be Smith Rowe would be left wing. Martinelli in the number 9 position because I think he can help press, he can get them headers, and then it would be Saka on the right.
Yeah. Before you go, Karen,
Mm-hmm.
George wanted me to say a couple of things. Obviously, he couldn't be here. It was his birthday yesterday, and now he feels a bit sick. So, George asked me to just reiterate these things. He wants his lineup would be White, Holding, Tierney, Maitland-Niles, Lokonga, Xhaka, Tavares, Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe. He wants Holding for the aerial ability and the front forward pressure on Lukaku. Because obviously, whenever Holding does play, he always follows the striker and stays very tight, to be honest. And the strikers who aren't as good link up will technically really struggle with that. And it's a smart tactic to have Holding in there, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think Arteta may do that. But before we keep going, Karen, what's your lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I also have Ramsdale starting. My back three is pretty much identical. I have Tierney, Holding, and White. I think Holding as well because the thing is with what Rob does is he's very good at holding his man. He's not someone that's going to be let people run past him as easy as other defenders. He will keep his man in front of him. He's not easily getting turned. It's just that sometimes in the air he's a bit weak, and sometimes he doesn't have the pace to keep up if he is beat. But if he keeps his man in front of him, he can hold him quite well. I also have White, obviously, and then I have Maitland-Niles, Xhaka, Lokonga, and Tavares, and then I have Smith Rowe. I have Saka, and I have Balogun. I think Balogun.
He's more your type of striker.
Yeah, he's more my type of striker. I think if we're going to play Gabby in this game, I think Gabby will be a great impact player, especially if you're going to play him. If Saka gets a bit tired or something like this, or you want that explosiveness off the bench, I think that's where you want him for this game.
But yeah, quickly, I just seen a comment. Do you want AMN? I really don't like this comment, to be honest, just because where's the proof that he's not focused? Like, that's just making up something about him.
It's speculation. It's speculation.
And it's not even speculation with like any indication because we haven't seen him to say that he's not focused. We haven't seen him play. We've seen him in training, like score goals from right back outside his boot, but we haven't seen him apart from that. So I think it's unfair to say he's not focused when there's no proof for that, to be honest. My lineup is probably Ben White, Tierney on the left, Holding. That front foot pressure will be important, to be honest. Tavares left wing back, because now that Tavares is here, we don't need Saka to play left wing back in these games. Now right wing back, because when he plays right wing back or left wing back, he's just incredible, to be honest. Liverpool, Wolves, Man City, Chelsea, you name it, he's played very well on the wing back role, to be honest. Xhaka, Lokonga, because Partey is injured, and they both do very well. I think Xhaka does well in big games. Lokonga, we're yet to see how he does in big games, but I think he'll deal with the pressure. Saka, right wing, best player at the moment and our best right winger. And him on the right wing gives us a different dynamic than Pepe does. Like, Pepe gets lost in a lot of games. And Saka's fundamentals are just much better. Smith on the left wing, he's done very well against Chelsea left wing, and I'm not sure. There's no one else probably that'd have him over there. And Martinelli striker for me, the intensity he'd bring, especially against this old Chelsea backline, especially with like Aspie, because he's 33 now, Aspie. So Martinelli striker. I really think, I hope we squeeze up the pitch just to make the space for Lukaku to run in much smaller. And
Yeah,
just
for
take
sure.
and Holding being there will take away Lukaku's game because someone will be right on him the whole time. Lukaku holding on Mari, I wouldn't really complain with either. But I just don't want Saka left wing back and Pepe right wing and Bellerin right back. Because someone asked me earlier today, what would you, if you saw the team with Saka left wing back, Bellerin right wing back, and Pepe right wing, would you be happy? Would you? I wouldn't.
Well, I feel like it would be Groundhog Day. I'd be like, "What's going on?" I woke up 2 years, like a year ago.
Yeah.
No, I would not be happy. I don't want to see Bellerin playing an Arsenal shirt ever again.
I do not need to see a Bellerin Pepe right hand side,
No.
especially considering how we played last week and how Pepe just lacks something like fundamentals, and I just don't. Z wants Pepe to start with, and Z told me he wants Pepe. He has to see Pepe play. So I'm guessing Z wants Pepe right wing and Saka left wing back, which I really don't want, but each their own, each to their own.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is with this,
Yeah.
with Pepe, it's just, especially if you're going to play Bellerin with him, like, man, one can't trap the ball at his feet and the other one can't take throw-ins. Like, come on, guys, are we? Like, that's not even a pun. That's just facts.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, come on, guys. Like, I just feel like if we're going to deploy Pepe this season, it's got to be against like lower opposition teams because he seems to ball out against like relegation teams.
I think it's teams that play expansive. Like, it's just his first touches, his fundamentals aren't there. He's a very good player, and he has the spectacular on lock. Like, he can just cut in 30 yards, top corner, easy. He's done it for us a lot of times. Brighton, West Brom, he's done it so many times. But the fundamentals to just keep the ball in the final third are just not there at times. And yeah, Pepe on the bench for me.
Yep, I think we're all agreed. We all got very similar teams. All got very similar. All three at the back. So all 3-4-3 teams. So let's hope Arteta does it.
Well, before we go, I never told you guys, but I wanted to do a quick combined 11 because I've seen so many of them
God.
on the timeline, innit?
I
I want us to do like a 5-minute maybe. Arsenal Chelsea combined 11, and in the comments, you guys give your combined 11 as well, and your starting lineup for tomorrow. What? So let's go through them. Goalkeeper, I think it's quite easy.
Mendy, yeah.
Okay, Mendy. So 3-4-3, yeah.
Yeah.
Right centre back.
Who did Chelsea use right centre back? Aspie.
Yeah, White. It's got to be White. White, surely.
Yeah.
Apple Ben White, to be honest.
Yeah, White. I mean, Aspie is so experienced. I thought he was very good in the Champions League, but
It's just pace-wise.
if we're going that, White. Yeah, White.
Central centre back.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, Thiago Silva.
Okay. Left centre back.
Rudiger.
Yeah, Rudiger probably.
Oh, Tierney's actually left centre back, don't he?
You can put him left wing back if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually. Okay.
Yeah. If he's left wing back, then he's definitely getting in. So
So left wing back.
yeah, Tierney.
Yeah.
Tierney.
No,
So
it's not even close.
Far it's Mendy, Ben White, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, and Tierney.
Yeah.
Okay. Right wing back.
Reece James.
Hudson-Odoi, or Ainsley.
Yeah, Reece James.
Reece James.
Just because you two said Reece James, I'm going to say Ainsley. Two central midfielders.
Are we going if everyone's fully fit?
Everyone's fit.
Oh, okay. Right, so two central. So Kante, Party.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
So far, I just want to go a bit. So Mendy goalkeeper.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mendy goalkeeper. Ben White. Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Tierney, Reece James, and Mendy and Kante and Partey.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Left wing. Your options are probably Emile, Aubameyang, Mount, Werner, Havertz.
I'm probably going Mount at the moment.
Mount, yeah, probably Mount.
Mill, I'll go a Mill. You guys said Mount, I'll go a Mill. Right wing, Saka.
Saka.
I mean, who's the other options? I will go Saka, but who's the other options?
Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi,
Pulisic.
Havertz,
Yeah.
Mount.
Yeah, no. I'll go Saka.
Pepe.
Yeah, Saka.
Mm.
Saka.
So
Saka.
striker, I'm going to give you the option before you say. I know who people are going to say, but options are Balogun, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Werner, Batshuayi, Lukaku.
Batshuayi's gone off to Turkey. But
Who cares?
Martinelli.
Chelsea's players are always revolving. Martinelli.
Yeah.
So who's your?
I think we all
This
know
is
Lukaku,
wrong.
isn't
It's
it?
got to be wrong.
Yeah, big Rom.
Yeah, it's Big Lacquer.
No, I don't want
I
it.
couldn't even pull through with that one.
Yeah,
I couldn't even pull through. So we're all in agreement. It's Lukaku, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through the team again just for people. So it's Ingo Mendy, right centre back Ben White, left centre back Rudiger, central centre back Thiago Silva,
Yep.
left wing back Tierney, right wing back James, central centre mids Partey right centre mid, Kante left centre mid, right wing Saka, left wing Mount, striker Romelu Lukaku. So that's six Chelsea players. Seven Chelsea players, in fact.
7 players.
Seven Chelsea.
We're not too biased.
7 Chelsea players, 4 Arsenal players.
Yeah.
The 4 Arsenal players are Saka, Ben White, Partey, and Tierney. My team has a bit more than that, but the combined team is that. Okay, so we've come to the end. Monday, we're going to do a review of Monster, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday, the Ramsdale video will come out. Be watching for that, trust me. We'll have a couple of videos next week. Again, tell us who you want to come on, because we want someone recommended someone, and yeah. So if you guys shout your socials before we go.
Yeah, mine's is on the screen anyway. Got current BOP, and then make sure you follow the Twitter at BOP Footy.
Yeah, make sure to get that now. I'm the one Willow on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm PLCKK on Twitter. Check out BOP Footy on Twitter. Ball Over Passion on TikTok, and check out Ball Over Passion on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.
Yep. On that note, thank you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.